Hello everyone, today I'm going to be testing my visual knowledge of playing the violin by watching some videos on mute from Instagram and trying to guess the pieces that these violinists are playing. Now, this video also doubly serves as a shout out to all the people that I'm going to be watching today on Instagram because they're all amazing violinists. Of course, I'm not going to show any violinists that have private accounts, or if I see a video that I don't think that they would like to be portrayed further online, I'm not going to show that just out of respect for them. I'm going to be going through each video on Instagram and guessing what pieces they're playing. I'm very curious to see what kind of violin knowledge I have when it comes to visual perception of playing. What I'm going to rely the most on is, number one, what kind of shifts they're doing. Number two, what kind of fingerings they're doing. Number three, how fast or slow the piece of music tends to be. Number four, what string they'll be playing on. I'll also be looking at how the musician moves and trying to interpret what their goals for the expression are. Gonna be looking at stuff like bow stroke. In addition to not knowing the music, I don't know a lot of other aspects like their dynamic level, which I can infer, but I don't know for sure. What kind of tone they're producing, I don't really have any good idea of that. Obviously, there's lots of visual indicators, but there are also lots of oral indicators as to what pieces are. And normally as musicians, if we try to identify pieces, we first go to the oral aspect of the piece always. So I'm going to test myself and see how well that I can infer with the pieces based on visuals only. Just a really quick plug for my Instagram. I post all sorts of content on there, from videos to new things I'm excited about. Mostly practice videos though. All right, so let's get started. My audio is all the way down. All right, so the first violinist we have is Michael Fischer Violin. He's an incredible violinist. He's one of my favorites on Instagram for sure. And he's really awesome. He also has lots of like workout motivation and stuff if anybody's interested in that. So let's check out his video and see if we can guess what it is. Oh, Sibelius. Absolute 100%. The Sibelius Violin Concerto has this passage that is played on the G string, and it goes really high on the G string, and I could hear the beginning of it. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da. Alright, so we were right about it being Sibelius. Love how he plays it. So well done. Alright, so next we have Hanami Froom Violin. She's a really awesome young violinist, and she's just so amazing and plays everything so well. And she also has a YouTube channel, so go check her out. She's really cool. And I really enjoy seeing her videos on Instagram. So let's see what she's playing. It's definitely something fast. It's Tzigane by Maurice Ravel. I can tell that because it's definitely the fast part, and just the way that she went up the E string. And then what really tips me off was the big string crossings. And then I was like, okay, this is definitely Tzigane. Alright, so next we have Poppy McGhee Violin. She is a really awesome violinist based in the UK, and she's really good at practicing. She's also just really good in general, and she's a really kind person. She does a lot of fundraising for different organizations and such, and she's just really awesome. So go check her out. She's also one of my favorites for sure. So let's see. This is also Tzigane. This is the very beginning of it. It's funny that we got it 2 times in a row. I think it's kind of like one of those pieces that everybody's playing right now, because that kind of happens sometimes. Like, and I've ridden that wave too. Like when I was working on Mendelssohn Violin Concerto, I felt like everybody around me was playing it, and I felt the same way with the Bruch Concerto. So I think Tzigane is a popular one right now. So let's listen to it. Alright, we have Michael Fischer again. I mentioned him earlier. Let's see if we can guess this. This is the beginning of the Sibelius Violin Concerto. It's helpful when they start at the beginning, because the beginning is like the most famous part for most of these pieces, and I could absolutely tell what piece it is. So let's hear it. Yes. Awesome. I love this guy. All right, so we have Poppy McGhee again. I'm tempted to think that this is an exercise of some sort, but that it's an exercise connected with some piece that has like down bow, ricochet, staccato kind of stuff. I can only imagine what it sounds like. Okay, if this is like some kind of exercise for a piece, I'm just gonna not count it. Okay, so it's part of the Wieniawski Violin Concerto. It is not one of the Wieniawski concertos. It is, in fact, Wieniawski's Faust Fantasy. Pretty cool. All right, Poppy McGhee again. I don't know. She's playing along with the recording, I think. I don't know. I'm gonna guess Wieniawski because that's what I just saw her playing, and I think she was wearing the same thing. This is Howl's Moving Castle, which I have no idea what it's from or anything about the composer, but it's been a piece that's like all over TikTok and Instagram lately. And I'm kind of surprised I didn't even think about it. I'm a little embarrassed. Yep, that was a fail. That was a fail. That was a fail. I've been watching a lot of TikTok too and seen like violinists all over TikTok play this, but I just didn't consider it. All right, so we have Hanami Froom again. So this is part of Paganini Caprice 24. I want to try to guess the variation. I don't actually know any of the variations. I'm gonna guess number 10. It's variation 7. Okay, it's not that far. I'm gonna count that as a win because I guess that it was Paganini 24, and that's good enough. So let's hear it. So now we have Grace UnHae Kwon. I'm really sorry if I mispronounced that. Grace is a really awesome violinist. She also is a great teacher from what I've seen, and she has a lot of students, and I think she's based in California. She also has a YouTube channel with all sorts of stuff, so go check that out too. Let's see. This is Bach Chaconne. I know that because she's playing a lot of chords. Yeah, definitely Bach Chaconne. So let's hear it. So we were successful in that one too. All right, so next we have the Tiny Violinist. She is a really awesome violinist. She's just amazing, and she's based in Greece. And I think she plays in an orchestra in Athens, and she's just so awesome. So go check her out. She's really cool. Let's see what she's playing. Octaves. Oh, this is hard. What is this? I'm tempted to think that this is some kind of Paganini. I'm gonna give up on this one. I don't know what this is. Paganini number 9. Okay, I was right about Paganini. Let's hear it. That makes so much sense. You know, this is really embarrassing because I'm working on Paganini 9 right now. I didn't see the ricochet in her bow. I think that's gonna be my defense, even though I should have known. I just should have known. All right, let's move on. All right, so let's look at Natsuko 40 Hours. Her name's Kira. She's a really young violinist, but she's really awesome, so go check her out. She's laughing about something. I'm tempted to say Beethoven Spring Sonata. Oh no. An etude of some sort? I don't know. I don't know what this is. What is it? I was right! I wasn't sure. I said Beethoven Spring Sonata. So I'm feeling some imposter syndrome because I'm not sure if I've ever heard this part of the Spring Sonata, but I did guess it based on the style. So the reason why I thought it was Spring Sonata was because there were 3 phrases at the beginning, which is the same as the very beginning of the Spring Sonata, but I figured it wasn't the beginning, but maybe somewhere else. There were 3 phases, the 3rd one was stronger, and it was all this kind of like little mini runs, you know, just like little ones. But then when she went to the G string, that made me really confused. So I got it right, but I feel like I didn't. I got it right, but not for the right reasons. All right. And she's laughing because she sped up the tempo of the piano accompaniment that she was using. All right, so next we have Filip Pogady. I'm sorry. He's also like a really awesome violinist, plays amazingly. He's based in New York City. Go check him out. So let's see. Something slow. Okay, this is Piazzolla's Oblivion. It's a really, really cool piece. It has a lot of emotion in it, and it's a contemporary piece by a Spanish composer. Beautiful piece, beautiful piece. Normally played with piano. Not super common, but gorgeous. All right, so next we have Ellen Violins. She's 17, a really awesome violinist on Instagram. She's just amazing. Let's see. I'm not sure. I was gonna say Paganini, but I don't think it's Paganini based on this melody right here. This is really interesting. I don't know this piece. Or maybe I do and I can't figure it out. Let's see. I'm not sure. Brahms double concerto orchestra part. Okay, so that's actually a pretty gnarly orchestra part for how high it goes. I'm pretty surprised. Dang, that's all I could say. I'm not super familiar with the Brahms double concerto. Like, even if I was familiar, I'm not sure I would have gotten the orchestra part, but I do want to get to know it a little bit more. For anybody who doesn't know, that's a concerto for violin and cello and orchestra, and it's really, really cool. I guess that was a lose, but I would not have known it in any kind of circumstance. All right, so next we have Avaluwho, otherwise known as Ava Pakiam. She's a really amazing, really young violinist on Instagram, and her mom is also a really great violin teacher, and she has all sorts of cool violin breakfast classes, which are basically like scales classes for basically anyone, but a lot of times there's a lot of kids there and stuff who are just amazing at violin. So let's see what she has to play. So this is some kind of scale exercise, I'm sure. She's going up different keys. So arpeggios. All right, so the next violinist we have is Aaronplucksapieceofwood, which is a hilarious username. Really great violinist. He's at MSM. Check him out. What piece is this? I think this is Saint-Saens 3. Saint-Saens Violin Concerto number 3. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Next, we actually have like an account that normally shares videos of professional violinists, concert violinists playing, and that's Daily Dose of Classical. I know a lot of people enjoy watching their videos, and they have an old video of Hilary Hahn when she was a lot younger. So let's see if we can guess what she's playing. This is the Sibelius Violin Concerto, like the very end of it. She's about to do some crazy harmonics, but right now she's doing octaves, see the harmonics, and then ricochet, and then the orchestra comes in, and then it's awesome. A funny thing that I found out recently, so I've been recently listening to the Sibelius Violin Concerto a lot, but I have not been listening to the version that we all know. I've been listening to the original version of the Sibelius Violin Concerto, which is very different, and the first movement especially is much different compared to the final version, which we hear most often today. And also the original version of the concerto was much, much more difficult than the current version we have today. Since the original version was so difficult, it got some really negative reviews, or maybe the violinist didn't like it. I don't know the exact details, but he had to readjust lots of things within this concerto before it came to its final form. The original version has now been performed several times. You can find videos and performances of it all over YouTube, and it's just really cool to see because it's so different. And like hearing something that you know that is familiar to you played in a different way is so jarring. Another example of this is that there's a Tchaikovsky violin concerto, which is a very famous violin concerto, and it's really cool. But if you listen to Florence Price's Violin Concerto No. 1, I believe, it's basically like not necessarily a copy-paste of the Tchaikovsky concerto, but she structures it very similarly, uses a lot of similar passages, I'm assuming on purpose. But she like puts a twist on everything, and it's really cool and really interesting. So go check out Florence Price Violin Concerto No. 1, see how different it is and how cool it is, and then go check out Sibelius' original version of his violin concerto. All right, so those are all of the videos I'm going to watch today. Please go follow all of these amazing violinists. I'm going to link them in the description below. These are really incredible musicians that put a lot of work into their craft, and I highly encourage you go and support them in any way that you can. If you want to see more videos like this, please feel free to subscribe. I'd love to see my face in your subscription box. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and if you just really like this type of video in general, let me know and I'll make more videos like these. I really had a lot of fun sort of testing my knowledge. There's infinite amount of videos of violinists playing. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!